I'm Denise Monique, author of Despite My Odds, mother, grandmother, um, professional, mentor. I wear many hats. Um, Maybe some other things I just don't know I am yet. I want to talk to you about self esteem. I see a lot of young ladies, I see young men, children, poor self esteem, and I was one of them. I worked my way through it, and I want to share with you how I did it. Oftentimes, we stay in depressing, dysfunctional relationships because we are mentally stuck. Okay? We have low self esteem and we don't know how to elevate ourselves. So we stay in depressing, dysfunctional relationships because we are mentally stuck. We have low self esteem and do not know how to elevate ourselves. So basically, what is self esteem? Basically, it's your confidence in your own worth, how you feel about you. It's displayed in how you walk. Do you swivel those hips? You got a little spaz to it. You got a little song playing when you move, or are you shy, thighs rubbing, you embarrassed? It's how you talk. Do you talk like you have an education, or do you talk like you just came from the lowest hood? Um, how you speak about yourself? What you do you speak highly about yourself, or do you talk down on you? It comes out in how you dress. Do you always got the body on display for any and everybody, and you get validation from the responses you get? Comes out of who you date. Also comes out of who you don't date. I was one of the sisters that always picked the thugs. Nothing wrong with thugs. I believe it's somebody for everybody. But when you grow, when you build yourself, make sure you got somebody that's equal or greater. Um, so basically, how do you know if your esteem is low? I'll tell you one way. If you stay in a relationship where you're constantly cheated on, you constantly forgive. Oh, baby, I'm sorry. I just, wanted to bust a nut for. I'm sorry. You weren't home, and we were going through something, and she means nothing to me. Constantly cheated on. You constantly forgive. He says he's not going to do it again. He takes you shopping, to your favorite place, Nordstrom's or whatnot. Spends money on you. Spends a whole week. Take you on a little trip. He's not going to do it again. Oh, yeah, he had a baby on me with somebody else, but he's not going to do it again. Oh, it was my fault because I should have been paying more attention to him. Hmm. Constantly cheated on, you constantly forgive, and you continue to stay. Check your esteem, sis. My mom used to tell me this old saying. It says, a piece of man is better than no man. I say that old saying is wrong and outdated. A piece of man is simply that. A piece of man is simply a piece of man. Check your esteem, sis. Okay. You may say, oh, but he buys me gifts and he gives me money. He got money. Okay. He buys you a gift, he got money. Are you his property? Check your esteem, sis. Put your ducks in a row and buy your own stuff. Then tell me how much he matters to you. Okay. If you don't think you're pretty without, all the big old eyelashes, and yeah, I got mine on, but I don't always have them on. If you don't think you're pretty, without all the hair weaves, the Indian, the Remy, all that stuff, concealer, foundation, fake nails, fake butt, fake breasts. Nothing wrong with making yourself look nice, but if you don't feel like you look like anything without all of that, check your esteem, sis. Okay? I'm not saying you can't look nice. I'm just saying don't let it define you. Okay, another way we know that our self esteem lacks is we accept the judgment given to us by others. I've heard girls say, oh, well, my kids have different fathers, so, a guy doesn't want to be with me. I'm used up, I'm used goods. I've heard sisters talk about, oh, I didn't finish school, I'm not making a lot of money. And they allow these things that people say about them to define them. And that's the potential that they live up to. Check your esteem, sis. Because, see, as long as you're still here, as long as you still got breath in your body, You can do something different. You can make yourself greater. You got to learn to date yourself. A lot of times we go into these relationships, all this baggage, all this hurt. Mama hurt me, daddy hurt me. People teach you to hurt yourself. And you continue to hurt yourself by not going for basically what's greater. Not going for building yourself greater, not going for, increasing yourself, increasing your power. Settling for old definitions of you. People they teach you how to abuse yourself. You got to break that cycle. I don't care how many children you have, how many times you've been knocked down. The fact that you're listening to this video tells me that you have it in you to change. It's called self-esteem, as Cat Williams used to tell us. How can I tell you how you feel about you? Isn't that what he said? Let me tell you how I got my esteem back. So, I was dating a guy basically for over a decade. And I had, dealt with a lot of abuse growing up. My mom, physically, emotionally, mentally. My dad, basically, emotionally, mentally. He wasn't there. I started, I felt my nose was big. The kids in class used to tell me it was. Mama told me I looked like a boy. I looked just like my dad. I took all that and I defined me. Oh, kids picked on me. Oh, you're too light. Why are you white? Things like that. And I took all that and I said, wow, I'm ugly. And I just kept so much inside of me. And so I had a lot of bad relationships because I let my mother define me. I let those kids in school define me. I let those guys I dated define me. And the guy I dated for a decade basically told me, yeah, I want to marry you, but your credit's not good enough. Oh, I want to marry you, but your son is too bad. Always something. When I finally decided that I had enough, I cut him off. I make my own money. I took myself on a trip out of the country, not too far, went to Canada for a weekend. And when I tell you I enjoyed myself, I let it go. I cried it out. I drank it out. Went to the casino by myself. Went shopping by myself. Everything. And I prayed. Letting go of that 10-year flu with that guy that defined me was the best decision I've made. It felt so good. It was so freeing. I started speaking positive things to myself. I look in the mirror. I tell myself, you are beautiful. I am beautiful. Even when I, don't have my hair done or, don't put on any makeup. Even with the extra pounds coming on, I still tell myself I am beautiful. You're worthy. You're worth something. You're worthy to be loved. You have to learn to date yourself, learn how to treat yourself so you can teach other people how to treat you. And once you do that, you won't settle for anything less than what you're worth. I challenge you, sis. I challenge you to check your esteem. Make some boss moves and elevate yourself. I love you.